What's going on, people? It's your man, the White B, once again. So, I want to cook some more on this David Adeleye situation. Yeah, Frank Warren come out in his ass. So I didn't see this until a few days after the fight. Adeleye jumps in the video after the fight and says, "Oh, I was in hospital. I had tonsillitis." Listen, I'm not bashing on Adeleye. I told you, man, the other day before this fight happened. I said, on the bag or on the pads, there's not many heavyweights who could beat Adeleye on the heavy bag or hitting the pads. Very explosive. His shots are short. When he's throwing his hands, he looks good. But he ain't got the bottle. He focuses too much on trying to be the UK's Edgar Bumlanger. Doing a bunch of hood goofy shit. Then he does his craft and really squabbling. He's too interested in trying to look like a gangster than he's actually being gangster and letting his hands go. He had the best chance. Honestly, I was scared. I had money on Hrgović. I was like, whoa, in that second round, he had the best start he could have ever have hoped for. You cut him with a jab. Get to work. Instead, he just kind of cuckolds himself. It's a beta performance, if I'm honest. And what's pissed me off is the media have all come out and said, he'll learn loads. Who was I listening to? I was listening to someone. It might have been a Hatman. Yeah, I think Hatman's got this from because the commentators were saying this. Oh, he's going to learn lots from this. But you've been saying that, though. Yeah. Oh, he's going to learn lots from this. He's going to learn he can do 10 rounds. Was that his problem then? Because he was in there with Jamie TKV. That should have been a learning fight. He was getting boxed up in exactly the same way. Not doing anything. Looking for haymakers. And he got lucky with a technical kind of, the referee did or didn't say break and I've clipped you. Wardley really the same. He's just kind of cucked and he's not got no ambition. So I don't believe he's going to learn something. And this dude Adeleye, he's always saying next time I'm going to do this. That was the whole reason he took the Hrgović fight. Yeah, I've looked a bit lackluster, but I'm taking this big step up to show you, man, what time it is. I'm ready. And that did, to some extent, get me nervous. I thought, well, he must know something if he wants to fight Hrgović. Turns out, the money was good, and he thought, why not? I think the actual logic behind why Adeleye took the Hrgović fight is thinking, damn, I shit myself against TKV for a British Championship and probably half the money. Yeah? If Adeleye didn't stumble upon that KO with TKV, he'd have lost to TKV. Let's say he got paid 200, 250 for that fight. Adeleye's thinking, well, I might as well get paid 600 grand to lose to Hrgović than have a rematch with TKV. That's actually what happened. Initially, I thought it might be because he really fancies it. But after watching what we watched, nothing's changed. He thought I might as well lose to and you got a built-in excuse there as well, right? You're a big underdog. So it's much better to lose to Hrgović. You get paid more and it's excusable. Well, I was supposed to lose. TKV was boxing him up. Fact. Yeah, Adeleye wasn't in that fight. It wasn't, no, tell a lie. Adeleye wasn't, TKV only really showed a jab. But Adeleye was a massive favourite. I think he was like a 7-8 to 1. No, maybe not much, but he was like a 3 or 4 to 1 favourite to beat TKV. And TKV is taking the rounds. That should never be the case. Okay? So he knows what he's doing. I think this is going to be his grift now. They say, he's young, he's learning, and too many times now. He could have learned after the Wardley fight. He could have learned after the TKV fight. And now you got to believe he's going to learn this time. I doubt it, honestly. And if anything, the fact everyone's sucking off this round 8 thing. Oh, it was so ferocious. Really? If anything, I think Adeleye might think now, because that was his last spurt of life. I think it might go the other way. whilst all the commentators are saying, oh, that's going to give him so much confidence now, that round 8, I think he's going to be thinking, I'm not doing that again. I emptied the clip. I'm supposed to be this big puncher. I've emptied the clip on someone and it hasn't even knocked them down. And it's caused me to be puffing for the next 2 rounds. I think that's what's going to be in his head. He's going to be thinking, I don't want to do that again. I think it's actually going to affect his confidence. I'm not sure he knows he can punch now. That makes sense. I'm not sure he's going to believe it as much. If he didn't have doubt, if he had, the argument was, well, if Adelaye hits Ergovic clean, and I believed it. I said Adelaye has a puncher's chance. Well, it turns out he didn't even have that because he hit Ergovic clean, left, right, about 10 times. Didn't do anything. Oops. So he can't punch either. Yeah. You got your best start with the cut, and you got your rally in round 8 and did nothing. So I think his confidence is gonna be even more shot. Anyway, I've waffled on enough. Let's get to this thing here. Let's get to these corny bars.
Left side was split, so inevitably the left hook would have been the best shot, to do it. But yeah, look, I was ill in the beginning of the week. No excuses. I was in the hospital.
What?
On Monday and Tuesday, and I had media after that. Made it work, and yeah, man, came up short today, but we'll be back.
Is that why you're so tired when I spoke to you on Monday?
Yeah, that's why I wasn't doing media on Monday and Tuesday. What was it? Grand Arrivals. I was in the hospital like 2 hours before the Grand Arrivals.
When you say ill, you mean a bug, like a virus?
Ended up, don't know what was going on with me. I couldn't swallow nothing. Ended up going to...
You could swallow all right, man. No, I'm telling you, you're right. I think the doctor was right. You couldn't swallow. You saved all your swallowing for Saturday night, mate. Because the Lord knows, man, you could swallow again on Saturday. That's exactly what you did, man. Imagine, I couldn't swallow, pause. Yeah, you swallowed all of the Giga Chad's load, man. That's what you did in that fight, I'm going to be honest with you. Really bad for you. Good for me, though. Listen, I'd have been mad. If you'd knocked Hrgovic out or beat Hrgovic because of the cut, I'd have been pissed. So he's helped me to some... I can't... Listen, I'm happy Adelaye jacked as I expected him to, because he could have really messed me up. I'd have lost 100 quid there on that ACCA if Adelaye had a gruesome balls. But I did say that in the pre-fight analysis. He ain't got no balls like that. Yeah.
To the hospital for the Grand Arrivals.
When you say ill, you mean a bug, like a virus?
Ended up, don't know what was going on with me. I couldn't swallow nothing. Ended up going to the hospital. I had severe tonsillitis. So yeah, shit was crazy, man, but we're good though.
Okay.
And this is the other thing, everyone keeps saying I'm really quite... Obviously, I've never been in a professional fight. So you can, you've never done it. But everyone's saying, he showed great heart. I think these new age, not just fighters, but I think these new age commentators, we're so... What's the word I'm looking for? Because we don't see no heart, the bar for heart is so low right now. Before, heart used to mean you've gone in there, you've took some shots, you've had a go. I'd say, for example, Burt Cooper versus Holyfield, that was heart in both men. They've took some shots, big shots, and they've given some, and they've really had a go. That is heart. For me, that's where heart starts. Heart isn't, you covered up and was a heavy bag for 8 rounds, and then you had your final spurt, and then you went back to being a heavy bag. That is not heart. He showed massive heart to go 10 rounds. He was a heavy bag. Journeymen have done that with Hrgovic, right? I've seen journeymen in there of people like Hrgovic. They put their gloves up, they take a slack in. He showed massive heart. Yeah, for a journeyman to get to the end of a fight, if that's what you want to call it, that's not heart, in my opinion. That's heavy bag. Yeah? Dave Adelaye, he was a good heavy bag for Hrgovic. That's what I'd say is the truth. Heart is not. Why are we giving people accolades for getting to the end? Yeah, most fighters in most fights could get to the end of a fight if that's all they were interested in doing. Negotiate it, stay out of the way, keep their hands up, be super negative. So there's no honour in that. That's not real heart. That's surviving. Yeah? Heart is when you're having a fight, you're trying to win, but you lose anyway. That's where Hart performances come from. We can see you're trying to win, but it wasn't enough. Fair enough, Hart. You don't have to win to have heart, but you have to be trying to win. That's what I'm saying. Categorically, you have to be trying to win to have heart. You can't have heart just getting to the end, which is what a lot of these, he's learnt so much and he showed big balls in there. Did he? What are you, man, watching? I don't know what planet they're on. Then you got him coming out now. Oh, I'm not making excuses, but my tonsils was on. They was wigging, so I was sick as a dog. He's always got this cat. He's always got some excuse, always some reason why, and he didn't look that sick. To be fair, it wasn't. I don't think it was a sickness thing, because he's always puffing. He's always negative. He's always not throwing his hands. So you have to believe he's always sick, or that's just what he's doing. Swallowing. Anyway, Frank Warren came out after hearing this and blasted at Adeleye for making excuses. Let's get to that now. Bosh.
It was a very exciting round, but he just wasn't using his jab. He cut him early on in the fight with a really good shot, and he never worked on it. He wasn't throwing his jab enough, and he wasn't letting his right hand go.
Frank, David did admit to me in the change room that he was in hospital this week.
Well, if he was in hospital, that's news to me, and that's news to anybody here. And if that is the case, and he hasn't told anybody, then he's an idiot.
Okay.
So Bricktop's lost it there. And I wondered this. I listened to Proper Boxing the other day, and he pointed out, apparently, for most Saudi cards, there's been BBBOC, but for this card, there wasn't any BBBOC. He was implying that Dillian White's banned or doesn't have a license or is on the gear or something like that. That was the implication from it. But I'm questioning now. Like Dillian, who allegedly had a bum leg. Adeleye's in the hospital, allegedly. I don't think he was. I think he's proper capping. I think Adeleye's that kind of guy who went to the hospital probably to do his pre-fight checks. Yeah. And he's trying to muddy the water. Yeah, I went hospital. He's not telling a proper lie. He did go hospital. He didn't go there because he was sick. He went there as part of a process, but he's trying to spin it. Oh, I was in hospital for 2 days. Yeah, I lost my leg, but they screwed it back on. You see what I mean? That's what I think happened. I don't think he's just full of rubbish, man. He has to believe it was something else. It wasn't him. It was the fact I was sick. And I think Frank Warren's mad. Well, I think Frank Warren sees through the bullshit. But there's another argument. Maybe Frank Warren's mad because he feels like, well, we could have pulled the fight. Like we did with Dubois. To have saved you a little bit of embarrassment, but I think Frank Warren knows why are you talking rubbish for? And Frank almost outs him and says, well, that's news to my ears. What are the chances of that? We heard after the fight all week that, yeah, my name's Eggy Hearn and I knew that Dillian's leg was buggered. We was all talking about it. It was a talk of the town for weeks before the fight. Well, you're telling me in Saudi, in the fight community, word didn't travel from Adeleye's team to Frank Warren that he's in hospital. How unlikely is that? Frank says, that's news to my ears. But if it was the case, he's an idiot. AKA, he's an idiot because he's lying. Yeah? Frank Warren would know. Frank Warren, he got the connects like that. There's no way. Between them all, you get around. Oh, wow, have you heard? He's sick as a dog. In hospital, he wasn't sick as a dog, man. I saw him at the press conference. What's this guy talking about? Yeah? What is this guy telling about? I saw him at the press conference. What was he saying? Was he sitting there like, oh, a bit under the weather? Adeleye was giving it the big one. He said, yeah, whoop-de-whoop. Yeah, I'm going to hit you with one of them. When Hergovich brought up the fact that it was an illegal punch, he's like, yeah, whoop-de-whoop, Dev. Yeah, shut this down, Dev, because this cat's fixing to get it. Yeah? That's what he was on. Gully. Like he normally is. I didn't see no sickness in him. Does he have potential? I mean, everyone's got potential. If my nan grew a big cock, it'd be my granddad. Right? So we could all sit there, if he did this, if he did that. Yeah, but he's not. If Yeah, if Tyson Fury wasn't 400 pounds overweight, he might be half decent. If AJ had a chin, if Dillian White wasn't 65 yard man years old. These are all the ifs we could throw in there. So yeah, I don't know. I think once he's got in it. But listen, when you're making $500,000, I assume, and you've bottled it, where's the incentive to turn up and have a go? You've bottled it your whole career, and you're still getting paid. You're still getting big opportunities. I don't see no clear incentive for him to start turning up. In this day and age, when the heavyweight division, the mid-levels are quite thick, you'll be able to get loads of these type of fights. Who would be shocked to see Adeleye versus Jared Anderson, or Adeleye versus whoever? Maybe even Dave Allen if he was to beat. I think Dave Allen would be moved past that, but you get the point. Or Adeleye versus Joe Joyce. So you can get these kind of fights now. If you hang around enough, there's going to be enough people coming down, or higher level fighters like Hergovich who wants to stay active. Who would be surprised to see Adeleye versus Zhang, for example? I wouldn't now. Do you understand? Or Adeleye versus Bakoli. I wouldn't be shocked to see that. And I think he'll make a career doing this, which is what we've seen anyway. Let me know your thoughts, people. Oh, and by the way, click that link on my Bindi that's popped up right now, man. We got 200 exclusive Mossad exposes, man. Bamillion shite analysis. Is Moses Atama the light-skinned prophet? Yeah? Is he the Kabbalah? Yeah? We investigate that in the last video, and I'm also going to do a full fight breakdown of Dillian White today versus Atama. Play the full footage and whatnot, so click the link on my Bindi. Yeah? For a cup of milk. Whoop-de-whoop. Cup of coffee, man. Cup of Costa. Whoop-de-woo-woo-woo. Don't play with me, man. Don't play with me with your shmoney. Bye.